Did you call bank? I call game.
What's good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? Back for another episode of Charge It to the Game Sports Podcast. As you can see, the fellas are all in the building tonight. What's good, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. I was like, you about to hit the song.
I thought about it. I thought
you about to hit the high notes and all that?
I'm chilling. Not today. Not today.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
right now.
Hey, back for another day. So, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you're on the YouTube page, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And as always, we're on all major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you saw us last show, had a very special guest, Michael Montgomery, former defensive end of the Green Bay Packers, came and joined us and talked about his football journey, his football career, some funny football memories and stories on Aaron Rodgers and things like that. But if you guys missed the show, be sure to check that out. It was a great show. We were very happy to have him on, and we'll probably have him on at some point later in the show. But today's show, we're going to be talking a little NFL action, a little random action, some new news. Some guys are getting cut. Some guys are looking like trash at camp. Aaron has not showed up to camp. Devontae Adams is closing in on a new deal. Odell Beckham, all of that stuff. We're going to chat NFL action at you. And then for the NBA segment, we're going to be talking Jay's Detroit Pistons with the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. So there's only one guy it's probably going to be, and Jay's going to let us know who that is. And then, as always, we're going to give you the NBA playoff breakdown with full commentary and, no holds bar. And then we'll close out with the bets. So, fellas, let's talk about this NFL side, man. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. I know we've been talking and chatting a little bit offline about some things that have recently happened. I know, Z, I wanted to throw you the alley-oop first, man. I know that, man, you're Pro Bowl, you're all-decade guard. You just let him go like he was a piece of trash. I mean, David, DeCastro, right?
Yeah, David DeCastro. Sad day. 9 years with the Steelers.
Come to the Bucks.
Well, no. So he
On a pitch.
So he had ankle surgery before last season started. So he played last season with an injury and came back this year and I guess re-aggravated the ankle. So and then never came back to practice.
Okay.
And when they released him with a non-football injury designation.
What does that mean?
That means he got hurt while not at the facility.
Oh, so he was outside in his driveway playing basketball with the kids.
So he might have.
That ain't it.
And so that's the technical. Technical term of after they released him. What they basically said. It's a sad day. I mean, 10 minutes later, they signed Trey Turner, Pro Bowl guard.
Hey, you trading one Pro Bowler for a next? Hey, it's not a bad, but isn't Trey Turner a tackle though?
No, he played guard.
Okay.
They signed him to a 1 year deal.
That's a solid pickup.
I mean, that's not bad.
It's going to be interesting though. With DeCastro gone, that means 4 of the 5 linemen from last year are gone.
That's what I'm saying.
So they have one returning lineman.
That's new territory for Pittsburgh. Because if anybody knows anything about Pittsburgh football, is straight smash mouth.
Oh, wait! New news!
What? Hold on, breaking news.
Steelers just re-signed David DeCastro. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, that makes no sense.
No, for half the price. So they needed the cap space to sign
Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Oh, those sneaky motherfuckers.
Man, that's what keep him good, man. That's a kind of a smart move.
Because I was like, if you let go of a David DeCastro, all-decade lineman.
Well, hold on. That's a rumor. So news to come out.
Man, I thought you Adam Schefter.
Man, Adam Schefter.
So yeah. So we'll see. Now, what I had heard earlier that he plans on retiring. So
who, DeCastro?
Yeah, because of injury.
He is old.
But they I don't think they could bring it back because they put that non-football injury designation. They don't have to put that when they release somebody. You put that in to save cap money so you don't have to pay it.
Yeah.
And they put that in when they released him. And they had the owner even gave a statement thanking him for his service.
I mean, Pittsburgh have to do something though, because one of the issues with them last year was their offensive line run blocking, not pass blocking. You know what I mean? It was run blocking. I mean, they could not run block, and that was one of the reasons why Big Ben had to throw the ball at 30 plus years of age, 30 plus times a game, and you can't do that at his age. And late in the season, November, December, January timeframe when it's cold out, you got to have a stable running game. So they got the back for it. They just got to fill up the offensive line for it, man.
It's sad though, man. It's been Pouncey, DeCastro, Pro Bowls every year.
You better do something, man. Because I'm telling you,
the past 10 years.
Because I mean, the teams in that division, like I said, Cleveland is here. Okay, Cleveland is here. Baltimore's always been there, and then Cincinnati. I don't know. They're kind of like a wild card. I mean, they got a nice offense. I mean, we'll see what happens. But hey, Jay, what's going on down there in Vegas, man? I mean, it's what is their offseason looking like so far?
One of our corners, the one we drafted 2 years ago, is
Arnett.
Arnett is being regulated to the not the bench, but I'm heard he's falling out of rotation.
Really? He was
it's crazy. He was a first round pick, but he's falling out of rotation. Gus Lawson and a few other corners, already. So that's the big buzz going around camp. Yannick and Max Crosby are thinking they're going to be the best rush duo, but I'm hearing great about that.
Yeah,
hey, I'm with it.
I'm excited about that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even a Raiders fan, but Yannick and Dockway. I don't want to just keep saying Yannick because people go like Yannick. Is he trying to say Giannis? Like no. Yannick and Dockway is an edge rusher, former from the University of Maryland, speed rusher, and then you already should know Max Crosby if you know anything about football. Max.
Max.
You know what I mean? So Max is a monster. That defensive line, that was one of the issues last year. They needed more pressure from somebody opposite of Max. So you think you got that in Yannick this year, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we got a lot of things, but Solomon Thomas, maybe you used to be a former top five.
Solomon Thomas is a nice player. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think banking on potential, but I haven't heard too much about him. But I did hear that the defensive line is one of the things they are not worried about in camp, which is great. I think that I'm hearing a lot of good things about Gus Bradley defense being simpler and the players actually, getting it down. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm trying not to get my hopes too high, though.
Hey, but you got to have something to look forward to. I'm telling you, aim high, and if they start sucking during the season, jump on the Bucks bandwagon. You know what I mean?
Nah, no, sir.
That's how you should do it, man. Come on, why not? You know what I mean?
Man. To wrap a bow on DeCastro, so the true news is coming out. Doctor said he needs a third ankle surgery. Oh, wow. And so the timetable was unknown when he would come back.
Yeah, and that's a third. You said a third ankle.
Third one. So he had one. Yeah.
This is not a big. He's not a small guy. 280. This is a 300-pounder. This is a quarter pounder.
NFL is so brutal because Steelers did what's best for them. Cut him. Save the whatever $8.75 million, and then they signed Trey Turner 10 minutes later. But I mean, this is a guy who has spent 10 years or 9 years as your Pro Bowl guard.
Like I said, he's been all decade. He's been a top.
Wow.
He's been all Pro Bowls,
Pro Bowl, all Pro,
all pros. I mean, if you're a Madden guy, he's one of the 90+ overall linemen on Madden. Just run behind him.
From a business perspective, the choice was put him on IR and pay him for the year and lose the 8.75 on the cap without being able to replace him, or just release him and sign in a replacement with that cap money.
Yeah.
And so they decided to release him, and it took 10 minutes to sign his replacement. I mean, football, NFL, it's a brutal business, man.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's all business in the NFL. So did you guys hear about the whole Brady thing? What him on being on, was it LeBron's show? Is the bar show? And he was like, you didn't hear about it?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, on the shop. Yeah, HBO.
I heard about the shop, but I didn't know it. Okay.
On the Broad show. So he was on there, and he said, I mean, the clip was like, when it came down the end, one of the teams pulled out at the last minute, shocked him, and his quote was, "So they're going to keep that MF instead of bring me in."
Right.
He said he couldn't believe it. The way he just said it, they're really going to stick with that ever? And so now the rumors are, is he talking about San Francisco with Garoppolo over him, or Chicago picking Trubisky over Brady?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
And then the third team, because those were the three teams. It was Chicago, San Francisco, or Tennessee keeping Tannehill instead of Brady. So those are the three teams.
Man, I'm the happiest guy on earth. Like when I heard that, because I was just like, I'm so happy he did not go to some other teams, because, like I said, without Tom, I mean, the Bucks would have been one of the. We definitely would have lost probably against the Saints. We probably would have lost. We definitely would have lost against Green Bay. You know what I mean? In that playoff game, even though our defense played solid. I mean, the way Tom controls the game and things like that. But as far as the Bucks off season, I'm hearing a lot about the edge rusher. Was it Joe Tryon, the first round pick? To be honest, I did not know a lot about this guy. I just know he came from the University of Washington. He looks good, you know, in shoulder pads and shorts, you know, and shells. I'm just waiting to see, can he be an NFL player? Because a lot of these guys, they look the part. You know, like who would have thought Shaq Barrett? You know what I mean? Like Shaq Barrett, you would never think he would be one of the best edge rushers in the game today. He's Shaq Barrett, the size wise, like 6'1", 245 pounds. I'm bigger than Shaq Barrett.
It's leverage. I mean, if you think about Dwight Freeney. And
Robert Mathis and those type of guys.
They were able to bend those corners.
Remember Duberville, who was with the Ravens?
Oh, Elvis Duberville. He was 5'11". Yeah.
It's all about leverage and strength. Leverage and strength.
And I think even
James Harrison from Kent.
You would know that. Yeah, James Harrison, just straight pit bull. You know, get up
it's
under
all
your
about leverage, low man wins, strength, and then speed off the ball.
Exactly. I think Mike brought that up. Michael Montgomery, I'm talking about last show, where I was talking about Aaron Donald. He was just like leverage, man. This guy's so low. He's already so low to the ground. It's hard to dig him up out of the dirt. You know what I mean? So he just gets under you, and he's fast. So, I mean, but as far as the Bucks, like I said, I'm hearing a lot about him. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that. I mean, AB seems like he's trying to find his role, you know, in the offense and things like that. You know, so I'm looking for more, you know, of the same with the Bucks, man. I mean, we start out week one with the Dallas Cowboys. I cannot wait for that game. These Cowboys fans are talking so much trash. You know, I just want to shut their mouths up.
I'm just ready for football. I mean,
I know.
The league, typical NFL, they denied the Steelers' request for training camp at Latrobe, which they've had every year forever, and they're letting Dallas go to California for their.
Why did they deny it?
They said they prefer at the facility, and now rumor is they didn't think the dorms with COVID were spread out enough, so but the Cowboys are going clear to a different state. They're going to California.
They approved that. They let Dallas do anything they want, though. That's just how the way of the world, man. I mean, they always try to get that program and that team to prominence, man.
And they fail a lot of times. It's crazy.
They do, you know what I mean? But I hate to say it, like the league is better when Dallas is a good team. I can't, as much as I'm not a Dallas hater. Like when Dallas was on that run, when they had Zeke and they were just running the ball, like Dallas was my betting team. Like I won so much money on Dallas. Like Dallas was like my second favorite team because they were winning me so much money. But as far as them as a program, the NFL, whether you want to say it or not, man, they're better. The league is better off when they're a good team. You know what I mean? Ratings are higher. I mean, a lot more excitement, things of that nature. So
trash. Usually overrated, especially last 20 years. They really
Absolutely.
They have been overrated. I will, but I mean that's mostly from the fans, though. Like, I mean, I don't think none of the players come out and say, "Hey, we're going to win the Super Bowl." Like nothing like that. It's mostly
no, they think they're great.
They're great. I'm about to say that's like a thing.
Every year they never make the playoffs.
I don't know if the players are saying
last playoff game. What was it? No, they were in the playoffs after. Dak made the playoffs once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just remember Romo dropping the extra point snap in Seattle in the rain.
Why you got to bring that up? Now all Dallas fans are reliving that. It was funny as hell, though, because he thought he was going to get to the corner. His slow ass.
Yeah, he really thought it. Oh man.
Man, that was crazy.
Oh God, Tony Romo, man. Tony Romo.
Let's move on to talk about to the NBA segment, man. So, brother Jay, I see you got the jersey on, bro. You know what I mean? I see you got the whole. So tell me about this.
Number one pick.
Yeah, congrats, man. It's been hard, man. It's been hard for you.
Oh, it's been more than that. No, wow.
Hey, so tell us about this number one overall pick. Y'all got the number one pick. What y'all fitting to do with it, big guy? What y'all gonna do?
Hey, look, we have not had a number one picks for 50 years. All right.
Gosh, you said 50 years.
50 years. And also, I witnessed history in a different making because Detroit Pistons and never in franchise history has ever moved up once in their lottery position. It's always been the exact pick or down.
Really?
Yes. So we're going to be second.
Considering the Wizards got the number one pick multiple times in the last 10 years.
Oh, you guys squandered that shit away. It's just
I tell you,
squandered. John Wall was worth the pick. I mean, but yeah, Kwame is a different story.
John Wall was a fun era. That was a fun era. But
but Detroit, so how they looking?
Look, man. Look, Sadiq Bey, first team rookie. Nice. You know what I'm saying? He's nice.
For the people that don't know, he's nice.
Yes, PG.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Killian Hayes came on late.
Who's PG?
Oh yeah.
Us unfamiliar with the Pistons.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay. So,
yeah, you're right.
But for everybody that listens, they might not like. Oh, they got Paul George.
Hey, no. Prince George's County, people, Maryland. All right, something in the water. Go check that out. KD, talk about that. But yeah, so Cade, I'm actually excited. I'm praying that Troy Weaver keeps the number one pick, but I can't foresee him passing on this number one pick when you have someone that's highly talented.
You think they will trade out of it?
No. They got to take
rumors. It's rumors, but no.
Take 30 seconds to take Cade Cunningham. I mean,
out of talent like that, you know what I mean? I've just Googled some of his stuff in passing just a few minutes. I mean, his highlight reel is amazing. Like, how do you pass up a guy like that, like a franchise setter, a tone setter, for your whole entire team? I mean, just the skill set. But, I mean, hey, if they trade out, that's like a huge turnoff. That makes some people, go to another team.
I fly to Detroit myself. I have to cause havoc. Forget the job. Forget everything that came with it. It's going to be James and 3. That's really it. I'm not having it. But nah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Cade already announced that he's not visiting with any other teams besides the Detroit Pistons. So, Pistons Twitter been excited about it too. Cartier Cade, welcome to Detroit. We gonna ride, man.
So they got
already.
They got a young core with Killian Hayes and Sadiq Bey from Villanova was really good.
Yeah. And they got Isaiah Stewart, aka Beef Stew, making a second rookie all team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got Beef Stew, we got Killian Hayes, we got Sadiq Bey. And we got Cartier Cade, man. This is
nice. Hey, I cannot blame you, bro. They give you something to look forward to because they've been getting their necks stomped on these over the course of these years. Hey, they have, bro. What you want me to say, man? I'm telling you, they've been getting their necks stomped on.
Well, in all fairness, we lose a lot, but we play teams very tough.
Yeah, you do.
Me and my friend, me and one of my friends that do a lot of bets outside of our group, we're always looking at teams that was going to cover the spread and be decent. Knicks and Cleveland was his pick. Cleveland was my pick in the very beginning, but I saw how the Knicks rose. I'm not going to say we have a Knicks rise, but I can see it's on that trajectory if Cade really pans out.
Mm-hmm.
So
he'll make a difference, definitely.
Yeah. Next best rookie since Grant Hill.
You calling it already?
Since Detroit? Yes, sir.
All right,
Detroit basketball.
Let's talk about these playoffs, fellas. So first series, man. Oh my gosh. The Atlanta fucking Hawks, man. I'm sick of these motherfuckers, man.
Yo, they took your money, didn't they?
No, they didn't take my because I wanted to see how game one was. So I did not take the Bucks game one.
I tell you, this series, take the plus points every game.
Every game. I gotta say something. Trae Young is putting these niggas on a leash,
No,
bro.
the way
crazy.
they play defense,
Like
they
snatching dudes. I mean, he's coming. They cannot stop pick and roll with him. I was like, okay, the Knicks, they couldn't stop it. Okay, 76ers couldn't stop it. Now the Bucks can't stop simple pick and roll.
Their coach is an idiot. I mean, literally,
no adjustment.
That second half, they had what's his name? Bobby Portis would drop back into the lane at the basket and leave his guard stuck on Trey
and Brook Lopez. They're dropping back. You got to step up on that pick and roll. You got to step up. You know what I mean? You can't let him get around you like that, because what's going to happen? You know, one, if you step back too far, he's going to drive down the lane, hit that floater on you. You know, if you don't, then you know he's lobbing it to dude. I forgot dude's name.
Clint Capella?
John Collins.
John Collins. He's banging on your head. You know what I mean?
They literally he threw it off the backboard in a game for Collins to go slam it. I was like, oh my god,
that was wild. Like, that's some all-star game type shit. Like, this man has he has no cares in the world, man. So he went off. He had close to 50 points,
and
man.
Chris Middleton was terrible. I mean,
he was terrible. Yeah,
0 for 8 from 3.
Hey, Ron, we were talking about this. We were talking about this with the previous series. How Middleton is very hot and cold, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Like I said, we weren't talking about it because I mean he's the key. Because the thing is, the Bucks, Giannis is always going to be Giannis for the most part. He's going to give you 30+ points, some rebounds, some assists, and he's going to do what he's going to do. But Chris Middleton, man, you really got to show up, brother. You got to get 20+ points
at home.
Yeah, at home. That's what I'm saying. Now, one I will say, my man Drew stepped up. He did step up. You know what I mean? On the defensive end, he got torched a little bit by Trey. But at the end of the day, who didn't?
What I couldn't believe
back with Trey.
At the end of the game, down 3, you have all them high-paid players. I mean, what is it? Middleton, 36 million. Giannis, 39 million. Holiday, 31 million. Brook Lopez, 13 million. Tucker, 8 million, and you got $3 million Pat Connaughton taking the last shot.
He airballed the motherfucker. Oh. That's what I'm saying. He's sitting there looking ugly as shit.
All those high-paid players, and the guy who's making no money, you give it to him.
And not only that, he was 1 for 6.
That's what I'm saying. He's a defensive player. He can occasionally knock down threes. He's not gonna knock.
If he's on, he's on. If he's not, he's not.
Now that was my man Bryn Forbes. You know what I mean? With a different story, he would have netted that motherfucker.
Oh, Forbes is cash.
You have, but if you think about it, you have $160 million worth of players on the court with Pat Connaughton, and Pat Connaughton is the one who took the final shot.
It's ridiculous, man. Because the thing is, at halftime, I could have saw that stuff coming. I couldn't believe that the game was close, man, because they had a decent sized lead, but they let them come back and cut the lead down to 3 or 4 points at halftime. And then from there, I mean, second half was an up and down game, and then Trey just closed them out, man. Straight pick and roll. I mean, Gallinari hit some jump shots and post up plays, and John Collins had some nice little rebounds, little step back jumpers, and some key offensive rebounds. Even Clint Capella, I think he hit the
19 rebounds.
19 rebounds, man.
He was doing his thing.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. So I mean, the Hawks are a scary team. Now, fellas, so you saw what game 1 was. I think there was a shocker for the Bucks. Now, game 2, I mean, what are we looking for here? Like, is that a fluke? I don't think it's
gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Atlanta will not give up. I mean, I think Milwaukee is the better team. They should win.
That's what I'm saying. They should. If you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, if you're a Milwaukee Bucks player, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. The Hawks are nice. Don't get me wrong. You're way better than them. You're way bigger than them. There's no way that you should punish these boys, man. You know,
from a betting perspective, it's going to be +8, +9 again.
Yeah.
Take the points with the Hawks because Trae Young is not going to let them get blown out.
Yeah, they may lose, but get blown out.
Yeah, no. So that +9 is beautiful. I mean, last game, it was almost +400 money line, and it hit.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, it was +8 on the points and +400 on or it was +3. It ended at 375 on the money line.
Man,
and
I just can't believe it.
Of course, I was too. I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have the courage to take the money line, but I stuck with the 8. Although, as the game was going on, I was thinking, man, because the Hawks had the lead, and then they fell. They were down 5 with literally 40 seconds left, and they won the game.
Yeah. The key was Milwaukee's defense, man. Like I said, that they could not stop pick and roll. You let Trae Young come into your building, and drop 48 points. I mean, he had a monstrous game. He had 11 assists. I mean, John Collins had a solid game, bro. Like, nobody's talking about it. 23 points. He had 15.
Yeah.
15 rebounds. My man had 15 rebounds.
And they keep calling Nate McMillan interim coach to this day. Give him the damn job.
Yeah, he hit the job is his.
Hey, that's disrespectful. All right, y'all seen him? Y'all saw what he's doing. Talking about, oh, we got to go through interviews. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Hire my man Nate.
Man,
I mean, Wizards would take.
Hey, I'm looking at these stats right now, bro. So Giannis had 34. Giannis did what he did. If I were Giannis, I would have took more shots. That's just me. Chris Middleton. I mean, you were 6 of 23. You were 0 of 9 from 3 with 15 points. You can't do that, man. Drew did pitch in with 33. Drew gave him a solid contribution. Bobby Portis,
that was good.
Yeah, that's solid. And then Bobby Portis off the bench gave him 11, and he was 5 of 8. So that's good minutes, and he only played 15 minutes. Now, Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, those were the guys that let him down. Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton. 15 points for Chris Middleton. Brook Lopez has 7, and he gave up like 40 points.
They need to bench Brook Lopez. He's useless. I mean, if you're literally not going to take advantage of being 7 feet tall.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like he makes Clint Capella look small. You know, that's how big Brook Lopez is. Like, you're supposed to just bang, little jump hook like your brother. You know? I mean, you making your brother look like the offensive star right now. It's crazy. So, hey, I don't know. I mean, game 2, I'm rocking with the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks to win. What do you guys feel about game 2 and for the series, even though, it's 0-1 Hawks?
I think game 2 is everything. If the Hawks win game 2,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So who y'all calling now? Game 2, y'all picking?
I think Bucks win, but it's going to be a close game. So if it's going to be plus 10 in an NBA playoff game, take the points.
Yeah, I agree. Bucks wake up and catch it.
Yeah, I got Bucks game 2, and I got Bucks in the series, man. So I just cannot, like I said, Atlanta's playing. I cannot say nothing bad about Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, man. They are playing inspiring basketball. Like I said, I've been hard on them. I have not given them their just due. That's just me, because I thought they were somewhat fluky. But them boys turned up the heat, man. I mean, you knock off a strong New York Knicks team and blow them out 4-1 in the series, and then you beat the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference in the 76ers. I mean, with the number 2 overall defense in NBA and all those so-called defensive monsters, you cook them like that, and now you come out game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and you have a showing like that on the road, where everybody pinches in a little bit and contributes. So, and this is without Bogdanovich. He's on a bum knee. That's my thing, man. Like, you can't handle Bogdanovich on a bum knee, really?
Yeah, Bogdanovich would have added a lot.
That's what I'm saying. He would at least gave him 19. And Lou Williams didn't even go off like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gonna have a game 2 eventually. So yeah.
So let's talk about this other series, man. So the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. It looks like it's a wrap.
Game 3. Game 3. Everything for the
Clippers. It's looking like it's a wrap. I mean, I'm happy, man. Shoot, I hit up Jay the last few nights. I asked him, "Hey, how you feeling about the Suns?" Because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched the Phoenix Suns. I don't bet on the Phoenix Suns. I betted on them spottingly throughout the season. They're not really one of my teams I really bet on like that. Like I said, if you listen to the show, my teams are the Bucks, the Nets, the Knicks, and solid teams like that, and even the Pelicans in a roundabout way. It might seem odd, but they really do win me money. But yeah, I hit up Jay. I was like, "Hey, how do you feel about the Suns?" He was like, "Take them." I was like, "Who's their backup point guard, bro?" He said, "Cameron Payne." I was like, "Is Cameron Payne like that? CP3 out?" My man Cameron Payne coming out there, hold it down, ugly left-handed jumpers, ugly layups, and bro. You know what I mean?
People
It's ugly.
Cameron Payne was a high pick. I think he was like the
He
number.
was a high pick.
Yeah,
He had
like
a
number
tough road, man.
8 or 9 pick in the draft with Oklahoma City.
Right, but then he didn't
they
pan out.
High expectations.
Yeah, he kind of fell from the ranks, and didn't he play overseas or something like that in the G League? But yeah, I mean, he had a tough road, but now he's playing good basketball. He's assisting, playing solid defense, closing out the show, just making solid plays. So Suns have won game 1 and game 2. Now they're tonight, which is Thursday night. They're going to be playing in LA. The Clippers still without Kawhi Leonard. Now CP3 is back in the building in the lineup. I mean, with CP3 back, man, even though they're on the road, I still got the Suns winning this one. Game 3, man.
Suns are the better team. They're catching a point +1, but
I'm about to say
they're the better team. I mean, if they win tonight, it's over.
Yeah.
That Suns and 4 guy is going to be printing out more T-shirts, selling them.
Hey, this dude get knocked out or something?
Oh man, that dude! Look, he's selling T-shirts. Yeah. They even made an action figure of him. He's at the Suns game. Who was it? Devin Booker gave him seats right up front there at the Suns game.
That's what's up,
Booker's
man.
personal guest. People in the crowd taking pictures of him. He's throwing up the 4, taking pictures with all the fans. They literally gave out T-shirts with his picture on it that said "Suns and 4" to everybody who went to the game. I mean, this dude is going to be a legend. Then they had an after party where he was the guest. The head guest Suns win after party after they beat the Clippers. And he was the honorary guest taking pictures with everybody.
People getting famous for no reason, dog. I mean, granted, I think he fought like the Denver fan, and he mixed them up. And Denver fan was like, man, he only hit me once.
They were harassing him, and he took care of business.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't knock him. I mean, they really harassed him, tried to fight him, and he took care of both of them. Yelling "Suns and 4" as he's throwing the up hook. Suns and 4, Suns and 4.
The Suns look nice right now. I cannot. They just don't, like I said, they're on a collision course. If you beat the Lakers, you know what I mean? You beat the Lakers. Like the Clippers were trying to avoid the Lakers. Suns like, okay, we'll step up to that was the second spot, and we'll face LA, the 2 versus 7, and they washed them. You know what I mean? It didn't matter if they had LeBron. It wouldn't have mattered really if they had Anthony Davis. They still would have punished them. They, like I said, they just too focused, man. And this team is ready to win.
Year, undefeated. I mean, in the bubble.
In the bubble, yeah.
That's the beginning of this year's Suns team. I mean, and then Monty Williams.
He is Monty Williams. I want to give him, man. I mean, shout out to Monty Williams, man. He is doing an amazing job.
Did you see the
African American head coach?
Did you see the clip of the last play? And he was the last thing he said to
he drew that up.
Yeah, drew it up. The last thing he said, dunk it. Don't just dunk it.
Banging on him. Yeah, finish strong, man. Don't go up, soft. A lot of these guys go up soft, like I said, and that's coaching, man. Like the playoffs is about coaching. It's about making adjustments. Regular season, your stars take over. Some guys take off nights. If they're in Miami, they're going to be at the club and all of this and that. But playoffs is where coaches make their money, man. And you can see the good coaches. It's Nate McMillan with the Hawks, and it's Monty Williams with the Phoenix Suns, man. As much as in a roundabout way, I'm rooting for the Hawks. Man.
And then
I want to see 2 black coaches in the finals, but at the same time, I do like Giannis and the Bucks because they've been knocked out. Throughout the seasons, they had a tough road, man.
You got Grant Hill in the ownership group.
G Hill, yeah.
You got James Jones as the GM in Phoenix. Yeah. I mean, James Jones went from retired 1 year as an executive, and then they made him the GM. They fired their GM, made him the GM.
That's amazing. Like how he's gotten a job. Like he's done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Because the moves that he's made, they're kind of weird moves. You would never think that you would bring in this piece and that piece, and it will actually work.
Remember, they had a European coach before James Jones got there, who was horrible.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And then he fired him, brought in Monty Williams, and then he basically just flipped the roster over and went young, and then just paid Devin Booker early and had DeAndre Ayton as the number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. And then this year brought, Chris Paul, but then also other veterans to surround Chris Paul. And that's becoming the blueprint. I mean, other teams who are middling in mediocrity, if they pay attention, you get a couple young stars, get some good veterans around him, surround him with shooters. I mean,
they got a young, solid squad, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna be good for years to come. Even though they got Chris Paul, he's on his last legs. But Chris Paul, man, I'm just so happy for him because he's always got hurt. Like when I heard him got hurt, what was it? I think it was last series. I was like, man, oh no, not again, man.
And then COVID.
Yeah, then COVID. The guy can't get right. He just can't get right in the playoffs, man. Because the thing is, you guys remember that series when he was on Houston, right?
Houston with him and Russ.
They were busting ass. They were beating the Warriors, right?
Beating the Warriors.
They were punishing the Warriors.
Up 3-2.
That's crazy.
Russ going crazy. I mean, no, Chris Paul and Harden going crazy.
Right.
Chris Paul and Harden go crazy.
And then he tore his hamstring.
And then they came back because they were in a demand, and weren't they like 3-1 or something?
It was 3-1. He tore his hamstring, and then Steph went crazy.
That shows you, man. Crazy. I mean, and that just leads me back to the whole James Harden thing. So I don't like people knocking James Harden, man, because I just can't see. Because like I said, he's had some tough lumps along the way as well. Like last year's playoffs with the Houston squad, you know what I mean? Him putting up crazy numbers like that. But I mean,
Russ getting COVID.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because just up to that point, Russ had an amazing season last year, and then he had COVID. When he came back from COVID, he forgot how to shoot.
He did. I mean, it's stuff like that, man. It's just really unfortunate.
How to shoot.
But I mean, like I said, I give all the credit in the world to the Phoenix Suns. They're playing hard. They're balling. I mean, let's talk a little bit about this.
Mikal Bridges
is stepping up. It's great.
He plays defense. He hits threes. I mean, that Cam Johnson is another draft pick.
Game 2 was all Ayton.
Been amazing.
Ayton was a monster. Like I would be watching the games. I was like, oh shit, the Clippers are cutting this shit close. Ayton hit a little junk shot. You know what I mean?
And then Crowder with the defense. Crowder
with the defense. You know what I mean? And like I said, but Ayton, man, hey, thank you for winning my money, big guy, because I appreciate it. I was watching it to the very end. I was like, these niggas sat there and lost my money. But hey, I mean, I was just sitting there. I could not believe they threw an out of bounds, play to Ayton. You know what I mean? Just the alley-oop, and he's just banging on.
See, you were that way. I had the bad beat on. I took Reggie Jackson over 19.5 points. He had 19 points with 8 minutes left, and didn't score one more point the rest of the game.
See,
ended up with 19, and I lost by half. 19 with 8 minutes left. I'm like, every time I'm like, okay, make a layup, get fouled, do something, and I'm like, okay, 8, 7 minutes, 6 minutes. It literally, he had 19 with 8 minutes to go, ended up with 19, and so for the game tonight, they lowered it to 18.5. So I took it again. I took it at 18.5.
You lowered it at home? Why would you lower that at home? I don't understand
because everybody lost by a hook and he didn't score the last 8 minutes. So Vegas is like, people are going to give up on him. So they're trying to entice people to take that bet. I took it again. I'm like, you know what? He's going to get 19 because without Kawhi, Reggie Jackson is getting minutes. He's getting shots. He should get 19 points. I mean, it's
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
What
did you call him last show, Jay? You called him Fridays Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, Fridays Jackson.
What the hell does that mean? What does that mean?
Look, man, it was like it was some disrespect, and I believe in Detroit Fridays, and Reggie apparently wasn't having it, something along those lines, and I just kind of ran with it in his own city. Like, no, Detroit. The Pistons fan base was very iffy on Reggie Jackson.
Detroit paid him. He loves it. He gotta love Detroit. They made it.
Yes.
Remember when John Wall was complaining? That's why the damn Wizards gave him the Superman.
And look what happened.
He's like, this ain't no way in hell this scrub Reggie Jackson making more money than me.
And look what happened.
I'm just like,
wow. I wish John a speedy recovery. This man,
I do too.
He's been out 2 years,
and they got to pay him $90 million in the next 2 years. That's $91 million left on that contract.
It's highway robbery.
In so many words, parents, raise your son and daughter. Well, sons to be a basketball player. Women's salary's going up a little bit, but raise your young man to be a ball player, not football, basketball,
or baseball, as long as they're guaranteed.
Know
that guaranteed money.
Yeah, man.
I mean, ain't nothing like a guaranteed contract.
No doubt, man. So let's close out with the bets, brothers. So, bets, what y'all
Woo!
got? What y'all got, man? What y'all got for the people for the bets? I know it's been a little
Tons.
while. We had some guests throwing and we didn't get to
Over.
them. I'm hearing it. People talking about, man, when y'all gonna do the bets? When y'all gonna do the bets? Well, here are the bets for you guys. So, fellas, what y'all got for the people?
So for me, I start on the baseball side, and
Okay.
there's one trend I've been following. The Baltimore Orioles have lost 19 games in a row on the road. So whenever you see the Orioles on the road, fade them. Like tonight, took the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are up 9-0 in the 5th inning. So it's going to be the 19th. I think 17th loss in a row.
Blue Jays are hot?
No, Orioles are not.
So not the Blue Jays. How the
Blue Jays is nice though.
Yeah, Blue Jays are good. Yeah. But no. I'm the negative Nelly. I fade the garbage teams. So, and then I'm still on faded Arizona on the road. They finally won a game after losing 23 in a row. But then they lost the very next game. So take a look at whenever you see Baltimore on the road.
Yeah.
And when you see Arizona on the road. Another shaky one is Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's lost 13. My beloved Pirates have lost 13 in a row on the road.
Oh, but I like how you switched your voice on there. But hit you in the soul. He did not want to say that.
But money green is money green. And so, but although tonight the Pirates are up 2-1, unbelievably, on the road in St. Louis. So
I don't know how long that's gonna last. St. Louis can heat up.
Yeah, second inning. So we'll see. But yeah, so that Orioles fade the Orioles on the road and fade the Arizona Diamondbacks on the road. Let's go cash those tickets.
All right, Jay. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna let you close up with your bets, man, because I don't do baseball. So once NBA is over, fellas, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna hear much from me. I don't watch baseball.
We gonna get him into baseball.
That shit puts me to sleep. I rock the hats. He coming. If you know that, I rock the hats. I don't watch the games. That shit's boring as hell.
A nice trend with your Reds based on that hat versus left-handed pitchers. They struggle. So if you see them against a lefty, bet against them. They struggle against lefties.
All right. So for my NBA bets, like I said, it's only a matter of 2 games. So what tonight? So you obviously can't bet on that. So to what tomorrow? It'll be, what will it be? Eastern Conference. So it'll be the Hawks and the Bucks. So Friday night, I mean, big game, 0-1 Bucks, man. Bucks money line. I would use that in the teaser, man. I would use that hard in the teaser. I would use the Bucks, probably bring the teaser down to probably like maybe -3 or something like that, and parlay that with the Phoenix Suns. I think Phoenix wins tonight, which is Thursday. And I think they'll win the next game, which is probably Saturday or Sunday, and they close them out, like my man Z said, Suns in 4, bomb. You know what I mean? So I just think they do that. So I said, Bucks money line Friday night. I like Bucks in a teaser with the Phoenix Suns to close out the show on the road. Chris Paul's back. It looks like Kawhi's done. I cannot see the Clippers beating the Phoenix Suns, even though they're at home with CP3. Cameron Payne, DeAndre Ayton, and then just the great coaching that these guys do. They see how they make adjustments. So that's it for me for my bets. Jay, what you got for the people?
So I've been playing a lot of over and unders, especially baseball, Montreal, and fading that. +1. A lot of these games been a lot closer. I've lost some, but I won most. A lot of these games been competitive. So if you were looking to bet close, maybe in hockey, do it. I've been betting a lot of overs just with single teams. Like Z was saying, depending on just if you want a little bit of a safer bet instead of money line. Anybody betting going against Orioles away, and whatever their team they're playing, I'm betting over. I'm betting over every time.
That's
just
a good angle.
Yeah. So
he added some icing to my bet. He's going to add some extra icing.
You smart, brother. I do it.
So they are losing 9-0 tonight. So they're the over and the win. See, he doubled up.
Good. Of course, you already know. So that and I've been Diamondbacks have been looking like complete garbage. That's true. I've been watching them very closely as well. And Oakland Athletics, just bet them to win, fellas. It's simple. It's easy. Those are one of the teams that if they're going to win or they're favored to win, they win. So throw your bread on there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
A nice win today over Texas. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I know I'm going down and look at look at that 5-1, beautiful. I ain't even have to look at it, fellas. We do this easy. Shut kids. You know what I'm saying? We get the money.
You gotta give people what they want, brother. You know what I mean? They come with bets, and we try to give you bets. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, but great show. Now for the shout outs. There's a lot to get to, man. So next Monday's show, we'll be having a special guest in the building. Justin Riley from the host of the Bama, the Bama Sports Podcast?
Bama Standard
podcast. He's going to be coming in and talking to us about Alabama football.
SEC football as a whole.
Yeah, SEC football. He's going to give us a preview and a breakdown. You'll probably get to see my college football team. I'm gonna rock the hat for you because I know a lot of people are wondering, whose room's college football team. I'll be rocking it for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, football's almost back around the corner. He's gonna give us, like I said, our Alabama football preview, SEC preview, who's in the national championship, all that stuff. College football is fast approaching, and then also in probably July timeframe. We're going to be having another special guest on. Alicia Ford, former track and field star at University of Houston, Southern lady, Texas. Beautiful young lady is going to be coming on and talking to us about her. She's a jumper. So, hey, she probably banging on us, fellas. So she's going to come in and talk about her jumping.
I foul people.
Hey, she said she was a basketball star now, so she's from Texas, so she Texas strong, brother. So if she in your part of town, I don't know if she in Houston, but hey, you better watch your mouth. I'm telling you.
Knock on my door, like you rang. Hey, look, Slim, you got it. Don't trip.
Yeah, man, I can't hear you over there fighting the guest, brother. But she's gonna be coming on and talking to us about her great college career at the University of Houston. And she knows sports. She says she wants to talk some sports with us and teach us some stuff that we don't know. So she's gonna come and chat about that. And then also, she's the cousin. Shout out to her cousin, Kennedy Flannel, University of Texas native, is running in the Olympic trials tonight. I'm not quite sure what's going on now. Is she won the race or she won or whatever she placed, but she is running in the Olympic trials tonight. So shout out to her. Like I said, she's from the University of Texas. She's a very accomplished young lady, 4-time All-American, 2-time Big Ten champion, number 5 performer in University of Texas history indoor. She runs the 200 and the 100. Girl fast, man. The girl fast.
Yeah, she quick. The feast we moving. All right.
Well, I mean, I could go down the list. I mean, she's won 4x4, 400, All-American 2019, number 9 performer in University of Texas history in the outdoor 200 meters. So, like I said, she's a very well-accomplished lady. Very proud of her. Very proud and happy to shout her out on today's show. So, hopefully she wins. You know what I mean? Put them girls in the dust, make them eat the dust. But
yes, sir.
Hey, and also, as always, shout out to Roverbucks and his raffle, and shout out to our winner, man. Hey, you guys had to just do something simple. Just comment on the page, I'm first. My man in Roverbucks' crew commented on the page, I'm first. He got the free entry to the raffle. I'm not quite sure if he won, but if you don't know, Roverbucks runs a raffle. It's like 16 spots, $20 entry. He has a ton of stuff, signed jerseys, all authentic. It comes with the cards and everything. Be on the lookout for that. But man, hey, it was a great show. We're looking forward to seeing you guys again. We're well over 100 subscribers now, so keep tuning in as our channel grows, and we got more guests coming. Some big names. I'm not gonna say them now, but more big guests coming. All right. But we'll see you guys later. Peace.